Hello, all you freaks out there on the internet. Welcome to FritzRolle732's MLP Month of Macabre Reviews. I'm your host, FritzRolle732, and today we got a good episode, you guys. For this episode, I'm here to share you my review and my opinions on Magpie Pony's friendship test. And I have to tell you guys, this story, this Milo Pony Grimdark right here, it is amazing. It is so amazing, oh my gosh, you guys, it's hard to describe it. And not only is the story amazing, but also the reading that the Lost Narrator posted on her channel back in 2016, Month of Macabre, it was amazing as well, seriously. And fun fact, it was actually her headliner for 2016 Month of Macabre on her channel. So yeah, I encourage you guys to check it out, and Lost, if you're watching this, I give you so much credit. Like the visuals, the sound effects, the background music, and the voice acting to the characters, it was all perfect. It was all spot on. However, as for Magpie Pony's role of playing Starlight, don't get me wrong, she did great. You did great, Magpie Pony. It's just, however, you nailed the personality, you nailed the attitude of Starlight as an antagonist. It's just the voice of Starlight. It didn't sound like Starlight at all. It still sounded too much like yourself. Just saying. But overall, you still did a great job playing both Pinkie Pie and Starlight. So, great job, Magpie. And all the other voice actors, you did an amazing job as well. Especially Lost playing Rainbow Dash. I mean, oh my gosh, that part where she F-bombed Starlight, that was my favorite part. But anyways, so yeah, I encourage you guys to check out the reading. Link in the description below, or click on the info bar to the video. But anyway, now that I talked about the reading, let me tell you guys about the story. And before I tell you about the story, of course there's spoilers, so in case you guys haven't, watched the fanfic reading on Lost's channel or read the story, there's the X. Click it now and get the hell out. Otherwise, in case you have read it, you can stay. Alright, so let's talk about the story. So what I like about the story, you guys, is the writing. The writing, that Magpie Pony did for the story was just amazing. However, there was a little bit of a writing error towards the end of the story, which I'll bring that up later on in this video. But overall, the writing was really amazing. And also, Starlight's character, like I said, it was amazing. Starlight becoming an antagonist. Seriously, guys. As of right now, I do like Starlight in the show as of right now, but when you watch this, you guys, I just watched this a couple weeks ago, and when I saw this, it makes me want to hate her again. Legit makes me want to hate Starlight again, because, oh my gosh, she is just a complete badass as a villain, people. Oh my god. I cannot believe it, Starlight doing all these things to the main six, this takes place after the season 6 finale, after you saved them from the changelings, you now act like this, oh my gosh, it's, so intense, you guys, it's just so intense. And also another thing that I like about this story is the fact that this whole story, it kind of resembles to the movie Saw 5, you know how in Saw 5, the victims that were enduring the traps, they, instead of working together, they had to eliminate each other one by one, but in the end, it turns out they had to work together. This story is totally like that, but with Milo Pony, and also less goriness. There wasn't that much blood in it, but, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a Grimdark, and it was a little bit violent and intense, but it wasn't, gory and bloody and all that, except for the part where Rainbow Dash, gets hit by a metal barb numerous times, and also Pinkie Pie stabs Fluttershy. That, I mean, that's the only blood there is, but however, everything else, all the other death scenes weren't that much gory. It was more natural causes, drowning, or inhaling poison gas, or drinking poison cider, or getting electrocuted to death. Yeah, all of that's not gory, except for the Rainbow Dash's death, which I really felt bad for. And also another thing, all the other ponies' deaths were tragic, but just when you thought the ending was going to be the most tragic, I hate to say it, but Twilight's death was actually the most tragic because, seriously, you guys, I can see, this happen in real life where a person just gives up so much hope because he just lost his friends and now he or she wants to take her own life, and it was just so intense. When I saw the reading, you guys, it was just so intense for what Twilight had to do. She just literally sacrificed herself for her friends because she just lost all her hope because she already lost Pinky, Rainbow, and Applejack, and oh my gosh, it was just so intense to watch. But yeah, but it was still good. It was still so good. Oh my goodness. And overall, that's pretty much all the things that I like about this story. I mean, everything else was just, really great. I mean, like I said, the deaths were, really intense. Even if they were, a little bit less gory and stuff like that. And now that I mentioned the likes, here's what I dislike about the story, you guys. What I dislike about the story was the fact that most of the main six actually could have survived their deaths. Most of the, what I'm saying is, you guys, is that in the story, some of the main six actually could have gotten out alive, in their during their tests. For example, if Rainbow Dash didn't attack Starlight, Applejack would have not got electrocuted. And also, if Rainbow Dash, she would have not died in the loyalty test if one pony else besides Fluttershy got stabbed. Pinkie Pie, she really wanted to get stabbed by some pony else because she wanted to save her friend. But instead, everybody just decided to hit, Rainbow with a metal barb. And I gotta say, that was the most frustrating part because I felt like, oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, your friend is about to die if you continue doing this. Risk your own life or just stab some pony else besides... seriously, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, everybody else was just being selfish. Instead, they just want to hit Rainbow Dash with a metal barb, and that was just so frustrating. Seriously, Rainbow Dash totally could have gotten out of it. And it's not that she has the strength, it's just, hello, more than one pony just needed to get stabbed other than just Fluttershy, my bad. And also another thing is that writing error in the end. It was down to Fluttershy and Rarity, and it was a test of honesty, and there were 4 cups of cider. 2 of them had the word chance, and 2 of them had the word choice on the cups, which, Starlight forgot to mention on purpose, in my opinion. And what happened was, if both ponies selected chance, one of them dies by fate at random. But if one pony selects chance and one selects choice, the pony that selects choice in the story... Yeah, that's what the story says. If the pony that selects choice, they survive. But if the pony that selects chance, they die. But if both of them select choice, both of them die. What happens in that, after they drank the cider, Rarity and Fluttershy... Rarity selected chance and she survived, and also Fluttershy selected choice and she ended up dying. Why did Rarity survive if she selected chance? Therefore, that's a legitimate writing error, Magpie. And not only that, it would kind of make sense for the pony to survive if they selected chance because, hello, you can't just mix it up for example, like I said, if both of them select a chance, one of them dies by fate. In fact, that whole test was actually a big setup. I find that a big setup because, if both of them were going to select chance, I would find both of them would survive and, walk out alive. That's kind of not fair. Don't you think, you guys? I find that a little bit not fair and rigged. Seriously. But, oh well, what can I say? It is a Grimdark after all. The story is a Grimdark after all, so it is going to end off bad. So, I do apologize for the cut in the middle of this video, you guys. One of my neighbors was knocking on the door, and he wanted to borrow change for 100, and of course, I let him do that. But anyway, so moving forward, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so not that many Grimdarks have happy endings, you guys. That happens on a rare occasion. So yeah. Well, anyway, so moving along to the whole avoiding death situation. So not only does Rainbow Dash should have not died in the story, but also Twilight and Pinkie Pie. Because, all Twilight needed to do was breathe underwater for 5 minutes, which, I understand it's kind of impossible, but still, you would have had a 10 to 20% chance, because the national average for a person, you guys, to breathe underwater is between 30 seconds to about a minute, if you're lucky. So yeah, but I get it's impossible, but there's still a chance. And as for Pinkie Pie, all she just needed to do was keep her mouth shut. But yeah, it could have been avoided unless maybe the timer was set up in the story after they died then I guess that would make more sense. But otherwise, it could have been avoided. Otherwise, yeah, it just could have been avoided, you guys. But anyway, so the last thing that I will say that I dislike about the story is the fact that I'm just saying this just for logic and just to be realistic with people. I felt like the story was made a bit too soon, and I don't think it should have been made. And I'm not saying that it's like it's terrible, like this is just intense and oh my gosh, like this should not been made and all that. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying in reality, I feel like it should have not been made because, I mean, why would you make a fanfic story about Starlight Glimmer becoming a villain and then killing the main six after she just saved them from Queen Chrysalis and the rest of the changelings in the season 6 finale? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, you guys. And of course, she does give a reason in the story, but I have to say, those two reasons are just a bunch of excuses. Like, those are really bad reasons. Like, the first one was the throne, which I find it kind of cheesy, to be honest. And the second one was because she didn't earn her place in Ponyville. First off, what makes you think that after saving the main six, you wouldn't have a place in Ponyville? That just doesn't make any sense, you guys. It just really doesn't make any sense. Like it's just hard to believe. I find that hard to believe, to be honest. But oh well. Overall, it's still a really good story. I mean, even though it doesn't make sense to make it, it still went in the right direction, and I still love it. And overall, I give this one. Originally, I did give it a 2.75, but now that I looked into this and went back to the reading, I give it a 3.75 out of 5, you guys. It is really amazing. It is by far really amazing. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is great and amazing. So yeah, and so that pretty much wraps up my review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on the friendship test. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you dislike it. Click on the bell and all as well. Follow me on my Instagram at FritzRolle732. If you guys want to check out my channel, click up here. If you guys want to check out my movie review series, click up here. If you guys want to check out the last episode of my review on cupcakes, click down here. And with that being said, you guys, I hope you guys enjoy this review, and I'll see you later in the future. And of course, if you're wondering what is coming up next, well, just when you thought the friendship test was intense, this next story I'm about to give you guys a review on will make you have butterflies in your stomach, as they would say for this story. See ya!